he's coming out here tonight, and he's recently been making waves. He's been in Ring of Honor and a couple other huge promotions. And, you know, we look at this card, we look at the amount of names that have shown up here tonight, guys like Ethan Page, PCO.
What's wrong with his face?
And now Fred Yehi here. Yeah, what is up with that mask there? What an intimidation.
Oh, that's a mask.
What an intimidation tool that is there from Fred.
I was worried about him. Okay, he looks much better now.
Yeah, this I've been actually very much looking forward to this bout here between Fred Yehi and Simon Grimm. I've been impressed with Simon Grimm bringing his technical skills into the world of non-WWE professional wrestling.
Well, I mean, he's really shown like how much he was. I don't want to say holding back in WWE, but I mean, like the guy is multi-talented, multifaceted, and he's a better grappler and submission expert than you would have maybe thought.
Yeah, and again, that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to this bout here. Watching Simon Grimm bring that mat wrestling, bring that technicality, and he's got a mask too. Battle of the masks here, Greg. Oh, he's got a glowing eyeball, a bit of a bionic look there from Simon Grimm, but what incredible shape Simon Grimm is in. Look at those thighs like tree trunks. You know, be able to wrap those around you there, maybe in some kind of reverse naked choke. It's gonna really
making this real weird, man.
Well, I mean, he's gonna be able to.
Let's stick to pro wrestling.
He's gonna be able to shoot the air out of you.
There are kids probably talking.
What are you talking about, Greg? I'm just trying to explain how wrestling works. You know, wrestling. He wraps those tree trunk legs around your abdomen there. He presses the air out of your head, makes your eyeballs bloodshot.
I once had a guy write me on Facebook. He was 72 years old and told me that he would like to put me in a crushing body scissors. Okay?
All right.
So what you're saying right now is eerily reminiscent of that.
Well,
and I'm not going to go into any further details because I know there's kids watching for the first time.
Right.
They use the code Black Label to watch this for free on Powerbomb.tv.
Absolutely. Well, these two men had a friendly handshake here, showing some respect to start the match, something we haven't seen here tonight. And Fred Yehi, he's accepted the challenge here. As we were saying going into this bout, this is going to be more of a grappling contest as Simon Grimm, that is his preferred style here. I'm surprised to see Fred immediately want to dive into that as well, as I thought that, again, he'd be wanting to go for something a little bit more quickly paced, trying to keep Simon Grimm on his face, maybe use those ropes a little bit more, but nice side headlock takedown there from Fred Yehi, moving into that reverse mount position here, now behind Simon Grimm. Simon Grimm smartly up on his elbows, keeping his breath calm. And this is a very traditional rear mount position here.
You got to imagine Fred Yehi is going to try to wear him down to get on his finishing maneuver, which is the Koji clutch.
And Simon Grimm now pushing Fred Yehi to the mat. And what does he have in store here? He's pushing his arm out wide, maybe going to try to step over there with his leg. No, Fred Yehi catching him with the head scissors, and he is wrenching that in there. You know, doesn't have quite the same size on those thighs there, but maybe making it easier to get the backside of his knee up right underneath the chin of Simon Grimm, which of course is going to wrench your neck back there and make it harder for you to breathe. Simon Grimm smartly flipping over, gets his feet on the bottom rope there. The referee telling Yehi to get off. And Simon Grimm saying, I got to get my breath back here. It's smart. You know, you get in there. In that chain wrestling, it can really quickly take it out of you. You know, whether it's somebody's legs wrapped around your abdomen, whether it's somebody's arms wrapped around your abdomen, it's still hard to breathe, and it wears you down so much quicker. You know, these guys are now they've had the first round of action out there. They're starting to feel the effects of it, and now we're going into a test of strength here. At least I thought we were. Fred Yehi again. Going from behind, taking down Simon Grimm, and Simon Grimm not even going to give him a one count there, rolling over. And Fred Yehi now again on his back, and you can see Simon Grimm smartly, like I said, staying up on those elbows, trying to keep his chest exposed so he can keep breathing and keeping his composure here. Yehi wrenching away on that arm, maybe trying to soften it up for, I don't know, something here later in the bout.
It's just a feeling out process. I mean, sometimes you can let a guy
whoa, man, you know, we watch all that chain wrestling, and Simon Grimm, when he wants to, all he's got to do is throw that shoulder right into your chest, and you fall like a house of cards.
Well, you know, what I was going to say there, sometimes with this chain wrestling and these opening moments of a bout, you know, sometimes you put an arm or a leg out there for a guy just to bait him, to reel him in, and I think that's what Simon did with that arm drag. He got a little bit of the control, but now we got Fred back in control with a simple stomp to the fingers, and everybody knows what a stomp to the fingers feels like, and it's not good.
No, absolutely not. Very easy way to break some of those finger bones there.
One time a man stomped my right fingers, and they were never the same.
What a story, Greg. You want to talk some more about that? You want to talk more about you?
I would like to focus on this match.
I'm trying my best here right now, Greg. And Fred Yehi being able to grab Simon Grimm from behind the knee there, whipped him to the mat. You know, and that's the thing when you bring up that kick to the foot, kick to the hand there from Yehi to Simon Grimm. You know, we've seen all this chain wrestling right now, but you get an opportunity like that to do something just so brutal, so vicious. You got to take those chances here, especially in a match with a guy with the size and the experience of a Simon Grimm. Huge side suplex. Love how Fred Yehi also was able to elevate himself, jumped up a little bit to make that drop even further. And I want to remind everybody out there, Fred Yehi actually stepping in for Darby Allin here, who was supposed to take on Simon Grimm tonight. Darby Allin was, of course, pretty badly injured, neck injury, WrestleMania weekend. We are wishing Darby Allin a speedy recovery here. But we were very, very happy. Kirby, again, General Manager Kirby Alexander, telling me he was able to pick up the phone, find a more than suitable replacement in Fred Yehi to step in here for Darby Allin. But I did want to go take a moment here to send our sympathies to Darby, wish him a speedy recovery. Of course, Cody Rice was also a substitute here tonight. Cody Rice was able to get an opportunity because Brian Pillman Jr. also out right now with injury. He's got a knee injury right now. But I saw him over WrestleMania weekend. Looks to be recovering quickly. And both these guys, Darby Allin and Brian Pillman Jr., we expect to see back in action for Black Label Pro much sooner than later.
Well, you know, we got some guys out, but we got a lot of guys in. And after this match, we still got a few matches to come. I mean, we still have a scramble match ahead of us. We still have women's action. We got Mance Warner and AJ Gray against hashtag No New Friends. And, of course, we still have the Black Label Championship, Filthy Tom versus Nick effing Gage.
Yes, we do. But right now, Fred Yehi and Simon Grimm trying to outwit each other. You know, I feel like these guys are trying to stay one step ahead of each other. And every time they try to get that extra step ahead, the other one cuts them off and is able to gain control. And now we know this is, you know, we talk about this is just a brawl. These are two men just trying to get a piece of each other right now, hoping to land a big, wild, flying fist or forearm right into somebody's face, maybe break a nose, bust an orbital socket. You know, this thing's breaking down in a hurry here right now.
It's looking like a hockey fight, I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely. Not looking anything like the grappling contest we saw kicking off the event here. These two men now on the outside. Very dangerous place to be. You can see there's no pads down on the outside there. This is just a hard gymnasium floor.
Well, you know, I think these guys had every intention to have just a solid, basic, technical wrestling match, but sometimes cooler heads can't prevail and things break down and you'll see a little bit of violence like you're seeing right now.
Yeah, and Fred Yehi with that nasty rake to the back of Simon Grimm, really throwing all caution to the wind here, doing anything he can take. I think he's starting to understand the power of Simon Grimm and understanding that coming at him as a grappler trying to come in here with that chain wrestling is just not going to get the job done. This is the speed, the athleticism from Fred Yehi that I was talking about. Oh, and Simon Grimm caught him midair.
He's trying to get that armbar, but he's got those fingers locked. If he gets that armbar, that could be it.
Like a bullfrog.
There it is. He better get that rope.
Snatching a fly out of midair. He snagged Fred Yehi into that armbar.
He's got the rope, though.
Yehi able to roll himself to the ropes there on the side of the apron, and the referee broke it up, but that doesn't mean Simon Grimm has stopped his attack.
Well, I think that just upset Simon Grimm.
No kidding.
He had it locked in cleanly. Fred got to the rope.
You see sometimes a guy get knee to the face, and sometimes you see a guy get knee to the face. Yeah. Simon Grimm not even holding back an inch here. He just drilled him right in the face, took that boot, smashed it right on the underside of his nose. There's no respect here from Simon Grimm anymore. I knew this match started with a handshake. I wondered how long it would take for these guys to really just get, just to fall down into what we're seeing right now, which is just a fight. I don't know any other way to say it. Simon Grimm's got him tied up here in a forward face lock. And this is where you see him. He's got him in the guillotine choke. He's trying to get his forearm right now underneath the chin of Fred Yehi, and if he can cinch in with his other arm and really apply that pressure, This is where you're going to see Fred Yehi really start to collapse. You're going to see his arms start to go limp. You might even see his legs right now. He's probably shaking them to remind himself that they're there. Make sure they're still functioning. If you see those, oh, look at that.
Back in the ropes.
Before he goes completely limp, he's made his way to the rope, and Simon Grimm.
You got to give it to Simon, though, as upset as he's getting, as frustrated as he's getting. He hasn't taken advantage of that 5 count. That's something I would have done in a heartbeat. He could hold that to 4.5, 4 3/4 and still be okay. I mean, every second counts when you're in a wrestling match, and I'm surprised he hasn't taken advantage of that thus far.
Well, Simon Grimm, it just looked like he was kicking Yehi in the back of the head like he was wiping dog poo off the underside of his boot to the back of that man's head.
Dog poo, or as I like to call it, Marcus Crane.
That's, Marcus Crane, look, he's a winner tonight, Greg.
Ugh.
He won a professional wrestling match. He wasn't just sitting behind the commentary desk. Side suplex there from Simon Grimm. And Yehi, look at those eyes right there. They're rolled back in the back of his head. That is a man that is in pain right now. That is a man who every nerve in his body is on fire after being thrown to the mat with such intensity as Simon Grimm. And Simon Grimm with a neck scissors, almost like a figure 4 locked around the head of Fred Yehi here. Complete control, middle of the ring, Simon Grimm. Great position for Grimm, Greg, because as you can see, he's trying to choke out Fred Yehi here, while at the same time, he's free and clear to get his breathing back under control.
What it comes down to is it's a bad situation for Fred because, you're wearing Fred down, you're taking away his wind. What it comes down to, you might think to yourself, oh, he's wearing down the head. Why isn't he working on the arm? Well, it comes down to, what have I said before? Control the head, control the body. And if this man can't breathe, he's trying to catch his breath, he's going to leave that arm prone for that arm bar, and this match is going to be over in a heartbeat.
Well, that drive-by kick there in the corner from Simon Grimm right to the side of the head of Fred Yehi. I don't know how much more punishment Fred Yehi can take from Simon Grimm. I mean, Simon Grimm has hit this guy hard, dropped to the mat, choked him out, stretched him long. I don't know what's left for Fred Yehi here, but look at that, going for a German suplex. Simon Grimm throwing some huge back elbows, denying that German, going for one of his own on Yehi. Yehi grabbed him by the wrist, denying him the ability to do that German suplex, and he's grabbed Simon Grimm's arm, and he did the arm breaker right over his shoulder there. Yehi, another big stomp. He went from hands to toes, and Grimm just collapsed.
That was a little low.
Big double stomp to the back of Simon Grimm while he was down on all fours, and Fred Yehi, he could have a chance here now.
He's feeling it. He should have capitalized, but he's feeling it. He's feeling it right now, right here on Black Label Pro Live on Powerbomb TV.
That's right. Don't forget to use the hashtag Slamilton if you're watching along live at home right now, and let the world know what you think of this intense Black Label Pro action here on Powerbomb.tv. Fred Yehi and a variation headlock here, taking Simon Grimm's face and, man, just driving it into Yehi's knee over and over again. I think he probably had to give him a baker's dozen knees to the face. One more big one for measure, and Simon Grimm drops like a house of straw, and Yehi's a big bad wolf.
I'm surprised Simon Grimm got out of that one. I mean, you knee a guy in the temple enough times. Not only are they not getting up, they're probably not getting out of that ring anytime soon.
When you're in that state, I'm sure that Simon Grimm's in right now, where you're seeing the stars, what are you telling yourself, Greg, to be able to keep yourself in the contest?
Well, I mean, sometimes in a lot of cases like that, like you barely know what's going on. Again, it goes back to instinct. I mean, when you're trained as a professional wrestler, there's certain things that you learn to deal with, and one of those things, I mean, it might sound pretty generic, but it's pain. And what it comes down to is, like, when you want to win, you're going to do whatever it takes, and sometimes you're just going on the instinct, the muscle memory, the things that you've gone through before in the past, and I feel like that's what Simon's doing right now while he's on Dream Street.
And look at this unique offense here from Fred Yehi, grabbing Simon Grimm by both wrists. He puts himself on the ground and just bicycle kicks into his chest. What is this? It's like a bridging pin attempt from Simon Grimm onto Yehi while Yehi was on the offense. These two are just rolling around on the ground right now.
They're trying to establish dominance here.
Trying to find a way to get the other shoulders on the mat. Very, very unique pinfall attempt there from Simon Grimm. And a headbutt there from Grimm to Yehi right in the gut. And Yehi responding with a big forearm, and these two guys right now in the middle of the ring, throwing chops, throwing headbutts, throwing double chops.
You gotta wonder what the strain of the shots, the strikes, and the submissions have put on both men right now.
Oh, bridging German suplex from Simon Grimm to Fred Yehi. Yehi managed to kick out, and Simon Grimm again going for this arm breaker.
Right back to the arm bar.
Arm bar right there, middle of the ring. And Yehi, he's pretty far from the ropes right here. He's been fortunate enough to be able to find a way to the ropes each time and didn't need the ropes this time. Able to just roll his way out of it, and now he's behind Grimm. Grimm with a judo flip. And he's gotten behind Yehi. He's going for it looks like a chicken wing here. No siree, couldn't get it on Yehi.
Yehi right out of it.
Absolutely. Grimm going for a schoolboy attempt, or a variation of a schoolboy here. Not enough for Yehi. These guys are going to have to get cleaner on their pinfalls, and look at this.
Tell you what.
We've got a Widowmaker.
Is that it?
That is that is Yehi there with a guillotine leg choke to Simon Grimm, and wow. It wasn't even supposed to be Fred Yehi in this match tonight. He was a last-minute substitution. It was supposed to be Darby Allin in here, and wow, I thought Kobe Nurse was going to be the one to get the upset victory here tonight. Turns out it's Fred Yehi's night. Congratulations to you, Fred. I mean, huge victory here over Simon Grimm.
Nothing pretty about that contest. It was down and dirty and gritty and nasty, and you know what? I was into it.
I was very into it. I was again surprised up top that Fred was out there trying to chain wrestle, grapple with a guy like Simon Grimm. In the end, it did.